Man in the Arena episode 5. Wow. I haven't talked about Man in the Arena since episode 1. My apologies, but episode 2, 3, 2 and 3 and 4, they were all good. Episode 4 ended with Tom Brady losing the Super Bowl to the Giants, not completing the perfect season, and we started episode 5 with episode 5 it was clear that it was going to be about Giselle and Tom Brady and the relationship, and Tom Brady growing up as a man, as a player. And it was great. It was another good episode. It was another great episode. Shout out to ESPN for this great documentary. Shout out to Tom Brady. But this one moved pretty fast. Like, we went from '07 to 2011. Like, it was pretty quick. Like, Brady loses the Super Bowl. Brady gets hurt in the next season, has to do a lot of recovery, and then comeback season. Then the new offense, Gronk, Aaron Hernandez. I was surprised they mentioned him, but they did. And then we get basically the season. The episode ended with the Super Bowl, the rematch, Giants versus Patriots, Super Bowl 2011. The Patriots were hot again. They were on fire. Overwhelming favorites again, and we all know that the Giants won again. And it was just crazy. Some of the things that really surprised me was Wes Welker. It just, maybe not surprised, but it just reiterated the fact that he never won a Super Bowl. I had to go on Wiki as I was watching the episode, and I was like, did he win one? And then I checked his stats, and I checked his achievements, and All Pro, Pro Bowl, reception leader, all these achievements, and I didn't see Super Bowl, but I was like, oh, do they put Super Bowl? That's team achievement. That's not a player achievement. Is that? So I kept scrolling. I looked at his stats, and then I looked at his Super Bowl stats, and then right there it said Super Bowls, and he went to 3 Super Bowls, and he lost all 3 of them. Two with the Patriots, 1 with the Broncos. I was asking my roommate, I was like, really, he never won one? Like, we were just kind of like reacting to the episode as it was happening, or like, damn, he never won one. And he was like, wait, did he not win one? I thought he won with the Broncos. And then I was like, oh, he might have won with the Broncos. I remember he played with the Broncos, but was he there when they won with the Broncos? But he wasn't. I checked. He was there when they lost to the Seahawks, when they got demolished. And then after that, he either retired, he went somewhere else, or he went to the Rams, I believe. But he wasn't there when they beat the Panthers. So Wes Welker, probably the best slot receiver of all time. 120 plus catches, 115 plus catches, 1,500 yard seasons. Just ridiculous seasons with the Patriots. If you had him in fantasy at that point in PPR, you were loving this man. He would get you like 10 catches for 90 yards, but 19 points, I'll take it. Bill O'Brien was also a highlight or a mainstay in this episode. He kept appearing. It's funny because it looked like he kept saying, like, if you want to coach Tom Brady, you gotta let him do his thing. You gotta accommodate him or something like that. But it kind of just looked like Bill O'Brien was riding Brady's coat. Like, it looked like Brady got this man jobs. Like for a second, towards the end, he started looking a little better. They were telling stories about how he was fiery, and Brady and him would go at it, and they would scream, and then they would be bros again, and that kind of helped even them, make them look more on par. But for a minute there, it looked like Bill O'Brien. He was like the OC, the quarterback coach, and he was the one calling the plays. But for the beginning, it kind of looked like, all right, Brady, what do you want to run? Oh, what are you thinking here? And then Brady talks, and then Bill O'Brien kind of says something, and Brady's like, no, let's do this. I want to do trips. Trips helps me with the blitz. And then Bill O'Brien's just sitting there like, oh yeah, it does help you, huh? Yeah, all right, let's run it. And me and my roommate were just laughing, like, damn, was Bill O'Brien doing anything, or was he just being like Brady's yes man, kind of like, oh, we should do this. Oh yeah, you're right, we should do this. But towards the end, he looked a little better. But it was just funny because, as we all know, Bill O'Brien did not have the best tenure with the Texans. He's probably one of the main reasons why they're struggling so much this year. Or in recent times, he traded a lot of picks. It was bad. He traded Hopkins. He got Johnson. He made a lot of bad moves with the Texans, and a lot of people already think of him as inept, including myself. He's not a good coach. He's not a good GM. So to see this episode kind of highlight like him just kind of being there at the beginning, and Brady just like the one talking and the one calling the plays and the one calling the shots, it was funny. It was funny to me. I don't know how you guys took that. I don't know if anyone else had that reaction, but for me, it was like, what? Bill O'Brien ain't doing shit. It's all Brady, and he's getting credit, and that's probably how he landed a job. Like, yeah, like I do everything, and then you see this film, and you're like, oh, it was really Brady. But it was nice seeing Giselle and Brady. It opened my eyes. Like, man, Brady's winning at life. He has the most successful supermodel of all time. He's made the most money. He has, kids, houses, Super Bowls. But even him admitted to having, being insecure. He was being insecure when he was coming back from the injury. When he was gone for the season, he talks about how tough it is to be away from the team, feeling like an outsider. And that drove him to, like, always fight for his position. Like, he basically said, nothing's guaranteed. And him missing that season really, like, enlighten him to that. Like, oh, you think you deserve something? You think something's owed to you? All right, try sitting out a season and see what's owed to you. And I'm like, oh damn, I think that season really sparked like another level of Brady. Like, him missing that season probably was like took him to another level. Like, he just like how he bottomed out. It looked like he bottomed out during that year. Like, he was really like in a tough place. But they say pressure makes diamonds, and it that's probably what happened to Tom Brady. Like, he felt the pressure. He felt like how shitty that feeling is, not being part of a team. And obviously he wasn't part of the team because of an injury. So it's different. But in his head is like, damn, if I feel this shitty for not being part of a team because I got injured, imagine how shitty it would feel if I'm not part of the team because, like, I lose it because my playing level goes down, or because another up and coming quarterback is better than me. Like, how shitty would that be? Because you can control that. You could control how good you play, how good you prepare. He couldn't control the injury. He couldn't control that player jumping into his knee, trying to sack him. He couldn't control that, and he feels this bad. But he can control how good he plays, how well he prepares, and all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's how he took it. So that was great. That was great to see with Brady. And man, I feel a little guilty. Watching Man in the Arena, because I think a lot of us, especially people my age, I'm 26 years old going to 27. A lot of us were conditioned to not like Tom Brady. And me, growing up a Charger fan, being in the AFC, hoping to see the Chargers make the Super Bowl, it was always understood that if you wanna go to the Super Bowl, if you want your team to go to the Super Bowl, you have to get through Brady and Manning. Those were the two guys. And it always felt like, all right, losing to Manning, it's honorable. It's fine. He has a weak defense. He's a great guy. Like, if you lose to the Colts, it's honorable. It's the sheriff. It's Manning. If you lose to Brady, who has all these, Spygate, Deflategate, all of these stuff, and Bill Belichick, who's like an asshole to the media, is just like, it really just digs you deep. It just leaves you a scar. It just keeps you up at night. So it was always, we've been conditioned to feel that way. Obviously, that's a lot of teams. I'm sure if you're Jets, Dolphins, Jaguars, no, not Jaguars, Jets, Dolphins, Bills fan, you hate the man. Like, there's a lot of people that hate the man. The Spygate, the Deflategate, all that stuff doesn't help. So, I've never been the biggest Tom Brady fan. I've obviously, you can't refute his greatness and all the rings and all that stuff. But man, as of late, with that move to the Bucks and now like this documentary, and he makes TikToks, and I feel like he's more charismatic now that he's with the Bucks, and he's just way more like approachable. It looks like he's more approachable. He looks more human. He doesn't look like a robot, just part of the, the dark side. I'm starting to come around with Tom Brady. Not just I've came around a long time ago, to appreciate his football greatness, but now I'm starting to come around as him, just like as a fan, and I feel a little guilty because growing up, like I said, I've been conditioned to not really like this man, but as of late, I can't lie. I can't lie. I've been appreciating his content, whether it's this documentary, his little TikToks, anything, his tweets. He's been a very, very charismatic guy. So I'll end it with that. Man of the Arena, episode 5. Another great episode. I'm excited for episode 6, episode 7. And yeah, great. If you haven't seen it, it's on ESPN Plus. You might be able to find it somewhere else. But so far, great documentary.